Welcome, Pelican fans. Welcome. Pelican fans are out there. Welcome, Flock Nation, to all the Flock Nation. Welcome to the Baddest Sports Show podcast. Um, I don't, yeah. Tonight is a night. This is a good night for basketball. Of course, we have some key injuries. Of course, you won't be able to see some of our fan favorites tonight. The New Orleans Pelicans will be without Brandon Ingram, and they will be without Zion Williamson with minor injuries. I can't say that Brandon had a minor; he had a concussion, so we can't downplay Brandon Ingram's injury. Zion had a minor injury, which was a contusion that happened to him. He had fell on his back, kind of violently on the ground, trying to get up in the air. You know how Zion is, but it's nothing to be concerned. I know a lot of fans on Twitter was trying to make fun and say he's the next Michael Thomas. That is nowhere near a issue with Zion Williamson. Okay, so and also Herb Jones will not be playing tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. This is a great night. Of course, my son, the co-host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast, is not here right now, but he will be coming in and giving us live coverage from the Smoothie King Center. He will be giving us live coverage from the Smoothie King Center. He should be arriving and not too long. He'll be arriving at the Smoothie King. But for all you Pelican fans, you ought to be excited. This is an exciting night. Regardless of our superstars not being there, we still have. I still expect McCollum to lead this basketball team. Dyson Daniels. This is a guy. This is an opportunity. We drafted this young man, the number one pick. This is the young man who played overseas. This is a very intriguing young man. He's a pretty much tall guy. He's 6'8". Got a 7-foot wingspan. The young man can pass. He can score. Pretty much Fred Vinson is going to be helping him. Is helping him right now, learning how to adapt to the NBA, being able to shoot. Okay, if he gets that game, wow, look out for Dyson Daniels. Okay, we're gonna see a lot from Najee Marshall and a couple of role players that normally be role players. I look for JV. I look for the Pelicans to utilize JV. You know what I'm saying? Valenturas. I look for the Pelicans to utilize their big center. Because he's capable of putting 30 up. He put up 30 points. 2 nights ago. He's a guy that's pretty much has been overlooked because of the superstars. We kind of not think of this Pelican team. We don't look at JV a lot because you got Brandon Ingram, you got Zion Williamson, so it's kind of hard. And then you got McCollum. So we look at that big three, and we don't look at the other guys that's capable of putting up some points on this basketball team. And I just think this is going to be a night of 1-2 basketball with CJ McCollum. Alvarado going to be running that punt, and hopefully we have McCollum shooting, in the shooting position, and it's going to be big for the bench. We get a Jackson Hayes back. The Pelicans have been missing Jackson Hayes for the last couple of games. This is going to be the first time we see him this year since preseason, since the shoulder injury. So this is going to be big for the Pelicans being able to utilize their depth, to see how deep we are without our two superstars, Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, being out. Okay, there's no reason for any Flock Nation, any Pelican fans to be nervous or being panicking due to the fact that these two guys are not going to be playing tonight. A contusion. He just has Zion is dealing with a contusion. It's just precautionary. You know what I'm saying? It's early in the season. You don't want to make something small something big. Okay, that's what we don't want to do, Pelican fans. And also Brandon Ingram is just he's on a protocol. He's on a concussion protocol. I mean, come on, Najee. I mean, Najee Marshall, how do you knock your own brother out? You know what I'm saying? I mean, golly, Najee. I just don't get Najee. You know what I'm saying? Najee is a good player. He's a good player. He didn't do it on purpose. He accidentally knocked, hammered Brandy Ingram into the ground. I don't think, and it happens. That's just a fruit play, fruit incident. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Pelicans play tonight. They're playing in the Smoothie King Center. We're gonna be tested tonight. Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks are coming to the house, and trust me, Luka is a guy that we're gonna have to be very. We're not having Herb Jones. This is gonna be big for the Pelicans. Not having Herb Jones, our defensive man, our defensive stopper, and that's what Dyson Daniels, and Trey Murphy gonna have to up their game tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing Trey Murphy get out there and show his ability to play defense. And also, like I said, Dyson Daniels, you drafted this young man. Like I said, I'm looking forward of seeing some of these young players play. You know what I'm saying? Of course we all want to see Zion. Come on, y'all. We want to see Zion Williamson. We want to see Brandon Ingram. That's who paying the tickets. It's a sold out game tonight. This game is sold out, just like the game against the Jazz. Okay, so of course we want a show out. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go with the hand you dealt with. Pelican fans, we got to go with the hand that is dealt to us. So I'm very excited about this basketball team. Coach Willie. Willie Green is just such a breath of fresh air. Opposed to being with you can see the difference between Stan Van Gundy. You can see how he command this team. You can see how this team has respond to the coaching staff, how they have responded to Teresa Weatherspoon, Fred Vinson. There's so many, it's just it's you could tell that they have so much connection with each other. So I'm just very excited as a Pelicans fan. You know what I'm saying? All the things that the Flock Nation has been to since Anthony Davis, and that's all, folks. You know, we got a bright future in New Orleans. All the stuff that was talked about. We lost the trade with Anthony Davis. No, we didn't lose the trade with Anthony Davis. And how is that Lonzo Ball pick looking? I mean, that Lonzo Ball trade looking. For those who criticize New Orleans for letting Lonzo Ball, all Lonzo Ball has been since he got into the NBA. Y'all talk about Zion Williamson, but all Lonzo Ball has been is a no-show. All Lonzo Ball has been is injured. Okay? So the same things that you can say about Zion Williamson, you can say about Lonzo Ball. And I don't see the national media creating that narrative. They're giving Ball a big pass on him of him being a no-show in the NBA. Okay? So it's going to be an exciting night of basketball. Like I said, we're going to have to come with our best A game. I know we are undermanned, but it's always next man up. Same thing that we see with the New Orleans Saints. And just to bring a thing, just a little thing, turning into the New Orleans Saints fans. If you're out there, don't give up. I mean, Saints fans, do not give up. You're one game behind the Falcons and the Buccaneers. Okay, so there ain't no time for you to be giving up. Okay, so I'm just, I think the Saints got, they're gonna control their own, and it's, if you're a New Orleans fan, you ought to feel good about what's gonna happen. This is no Pelicans versus the Saints. At one time, a lot of people didn't give the Pelicans a lot of respect. Now everybody turning on the Saints. So it's once New Orleans, all New Orleans. Okay, we supporting everything New Orleans. Shout out to the Tulane Green Wave. The Tulane Green Wave, we don't talk much about them. Okay, well, we don't talk about the Tulane Green Wave much as we should give respect to them, because they are New Orleans team. They are New Orleans college football team, and I'm going to be one of the only ones that sit here and tell you, shout out to Willie Fritz and the Tulane Greenway, because you got the Greenway sitting at 7-1, and I mean they are a kick away from being undefeated. If Southern Miss do not make the field goal and beat Tulane in overtime, beating Tulane by a field goal, Tulane would be 8-0 right now. And this has been a very long time since you've seen Tulane actually relevant. They're a top 23 team in the nation. They're the top 23 team in the nation. And we all need to be talking about the Green Wave, as well as the Pelicans, as well as the Saints, as well as everybody, as well as LSU Tigers. And shout out to our LSU for turning their season around and being competitive, knocking off a lot of these teams that we didn't think they could knock off. So, like I said, Kelly get a shout out over there. What do you expect out of a team that is rebuilding? Okay, a team that's rebuilding. So, if you're from Louisiana, you ought to be very excited about your college football teams. Remember Saturday, there's going to be a big battle. Jackson State, Mississippi against Louisiana. Jackson State is going to be the national coverage. They're going to get national coverage. The game day crew will be down in Jackson, Mississippi, against the Southern Jaguars. So that's going to be big. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be big for Louisiana sports and Mississippi sports. Okay, so that's going to be big for the SWAC. Okay, so for those in just bringing that up, letting you guys know that big game, Deion Sanders against the Southern Jaguars, that's going to be real big. It's going to bring a lot of attention to both schools, okay, because they got the game day crew. The game day crew not only be in places like Tiger Stadium, Alabama, but they are down there. They're going to be right down there in Jackson, Mississippi. So it's going to be awesome for the SWAC, okay? A high school football is going on. Shout out to the Hancock Hawks. Okay, so I'm a little biased. Both of my sons are starting on the Hancock's Hawk football team and down there in Kill, Mississippi, where Brett Favre used to go. Shout out to my sons. They are holding it down in the family. So they are about 2 games away from making the playoffs. Okay, so they're doing a damn good job down there in Hancock land. Okay, so and also shout out to the New Orleans public schools and all the great schools. My former school, Aberson High School, St. Aug, all the great schools in New Orleans, Louisiana. Shout out to all the great schools in New Orleans, Louisiana. Okay. Just like I told you, and shout out to my son out there in Iowa Westland, okay? Cameron, his school in the Iowa Westland. They had a big old victory down there this past Saturday. It was a big game, and shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? But tonight matchup is with the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to be a big game. This is a actual big for the Pelicans. We need this game because we're in the same division. You're in the Southwest Division. You need not go behind. I think 2 of the victories were against Eastern Conference teams. We have to win these games. This game counts in our division. The Southwest opponents, Dallas Mavericks. Okay, we have to get these wins when we can. Okay, I understand no Zion Williamson. I understand no Brandon Ingram, but that doesn't mean that we cannot win this game by competing as a team. I'm looking forward to seeing us play this team. Like I said, Luka Doncic, we have a very young team. You got to remember that Trey Murphy is in his 2nd year. This is the time where you see them graduate. Have they graduated from the experiences of being a rookie last year? So, and I also want to see the rookie. I want to see Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is a guy that, because of Herb Jones being injured, Dyson Daniels does a lot of similar. He's very similar to Herb Jones. That was a big steal from the Pelicans picking up Dyson Daniels. This guy here has a guard ability, forward ability. He's capable of scoring to the baskets. One of his weak points is shooting. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but he can penetrate to the basketball, dish the ball off, making other people better. Okay, similar to what he reminds me a little bit of Simmons down there in with the New Jersey Nets. Okay, pretty much big size guard. You know what I'm saying? He could play. He could play point guard. He could play shooting guard. But he don't. You know, one of the he can play small forward. Okay, so he has the ability. He's a big guy. He can. He can play. He can. You know, he can get down low. You know, so I want to see how Najee Marshall. I want to see him. You know how better he got. I want to see Alvarado. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Alvarado. I want to see some of the things that what he's going to do. Like I said, this is a big game for the Pelicans in the Southwest Division. We have to win games like this. These are very important that the Pelicans win games like this. Okay. Like I said, it's the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks, the Memphis Grizzlies. All of these guys are in our division. So we have to stay pace with these teams. Okay, so we got these. These are the games that we have to win. Okay, if you wanna advance in, you want to get good seedings, you have to start winning now. Okay, so I know it's very early. Everything counts. It is what it is. Okay. So shout out to I see two people in the chat. Shout out to you for listening to the Baddest Sports Show podcast. For those who I see in the bushes, so shout out to you. I hope that you guys hit the like button. I hope you guys subscribe. I know that a lot of people are going to go back and see and check out the replay. But if you have any opinions or anything you want to say anything, let me know in the chat. Anything you think about the Pelicans' chances tonight, anything. If you want to talk about the Tulane Greenway, if you want to talk about the Saints, I have a little time. We can talk about that. But right now, the main focus is in a few minutes, the Pelicans will be playing tonight. Of course, you know the Saints are playing Saturday. That is a big game. I mean, Sunday. That's a big game for the New Orleans Saints. They're playing a 2-5 Raiders team who just came, who basically trying to save their season. And that was a big game for the for the Raiders. Okay, so Raiders going to be playing us in the Superdome. It's a do or die for the New Orleans Saints. We're one game behind the two divisional leaders, Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady looks terrible. I tell you, man. Tom Brady, he looks like a shell of himself. You can tell that marriage has got him down. You can tell that whatever has developed with his marriage, you can tell that it got him down. So hopefully we keep Tom Brady depressed. Hopefully Tom Brady stays depressed because he has to play the Baltimore Ravens. So there's a chance that the Saints control their own destiny. We have to play these divisional opponents again. Okay, so that's the good thing about the Saints in position where they could turn the season around. So don't give up if you're a Saints fan. Okay. Please don't give up if you're a Saints fan. Remember that. Pelican fans, kickoff tonight is at 7:30 at the Smoothie King Center. Though I was hoping my son, I know he's trying to get in the stadium. He's trying to get seated. I was hoping to stay on and wait till he gets a chance to come in. Come in and give us what's going on over there at the Smoothie King. He was going to show us a little bit, Shout out to Nas. Nas in here. He said Brady may as well retire. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this ego. Brady might have to be forced to retire. Okay. Brady left his family. I don't think Brady is trying to retire. Brady might have to be forced to retire. Okay. Now, when you leave your family, that's a big issue. When you leave your family, that is a big issue to go out and go play football. You had told your wife, you made a deal with your wife, okay? And that was a deal that you made with your wife. So, but like I said, I don't know. Let me know you guys' odds about tonight's game, the New Orleans Pelicans, in the chat if you want. If you guys get a chance, let it know in the comment section. And remember to subscribe to the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the Deep South, okay? And remember that we are on Facebook. We also on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. And remember that you follow us on Facebook. We also on Twitter and Facebook. So, whoa. So, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get anything from my son tonight. I was hoping that he came on and he would be able to give us a little a clue on what's going on at the game. So like I said, Flock Nation, I got the Pelicans still having an opportunity to win this ball game. It's gonna be very hard tonight. It's hard for me to predict without Zion Williamson and not having Brandon Ingram and you playing Luca. Luca is another animal out there. So it's gonna be very hard to beat a basketball team with a MVP type of player like that. So hopefully Willie Green come up with a great defensive stand. Like I said, we at home. We have to beat the Mavericks right now. I know it's the beginning of the season. Okay, it is what it is. So I'm out of here, y'all. Much love to you guys.